Hey everyone, day 26 of my 30 and 120. I'm working on the French artillery and Reformation areas for my 10 millimeter ESR. In ESR, I have these two bases here. The Reformation areas, basically, they're considered like the baggage train, stuff like that. And in the game, it has game purposes in that as units from a formation take withdraw or whatever they withdraw to the reformation area. That's how you tell how much fatigue a formation has, etc. So there are markers that are part of the game. So what I've done here is um, I base coated them, and then I with the airbrush using the gray base coat, and then I also went ahead and base coated or did the green through the airbrush and figured it out. I did the normal. Uh, I can't figure out which color I used. Where did I do with it? Oh, here it is. Olive green here out of the normal. And then previously when I was using the Legere troops, did the airbrush in the blue, and I was saying, I don't know if I necessarily like that. I figured out my problem was is with the blue I was using paint thinner, airbrush thinner instead of flow improver. Remarkable difference. If you're going to do these normal types of paints like this that aren't, thinned down specifically for airbrush use. You want to use flow improver. Don't use paint. Don't use the thinner. Use flow improver because the thinner it dries out faster. That's so you get airbrush clogging problems. That's what I was running into. Whereas the flow improver, it's got a retardant in it, so that way it slows down the drying process, so it flows better. But anyway, so what I did is so I painted these guys up. They're all in that green there. And then I've got their bases kind of started with the ground putty stuff. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have I'm going to paint them brown and then glue these on here so that way after I do the guys I get them painted up and glue them down and the horses painted up and glue them down onto these bases here. Then I can do the rest of it. But with these painted on there, they're small enough that I can't get underneath it. And so I didn't want to have a dry bare patch on the base. So I went ahead and did those spots first where these are going to be glued down. So that way, um, the whole base has coverage on it. So anyways, yeah, so then I base coated these guys and then did the dark wash coating on it. So that way, again, brings out the details. So it'll be much, much easier to paint. And again, these are 10 millimeter. And for 10 millimeter guys, they've got really great detail on them. I mean, look at that hat. The hat has the chain braiding on the hat there. Um, so yeah. Anyways, there you go. That's it for today. So tomorrow, tomorrow what I'll do is I'll get this stuff glued down. I'll paint the base brown and then get these guys glued down so that way that'll be good to go. I'll get all these guys painted up. And then we'll just see how much I can get done tomorrow. Hopefully be able to knock out most of it. The horses, for the most part, paint up pretty quick. Although there's a little bit more with the bridling and stuff like that. Um, then you got the riders, or the because they're teams, caisson teams, stuff like that. Anyways, so I'm rambling, blah blah blah, whatever. That's it. We'll talk to you guys later. Happy gaming.